I want to talk to you today about how low volume can really help determine whether it's going to reverse a pattern or not, or go into congestion. Low volume, how you can use it. I mean, there's lots of low volume that doesn't mean anything, but in certain cases, low volume can really be helpful, especially when it's a peak or a valley. And so, one of the things we use to detect peaks and valleys is like if it's going down, 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 and you see these red bars, and you see a red bar followed by a green bar. Most standard, price action will tell you, hey, a big red followed by a big green, that's going to be a valley, and indeed it is. In addition, notice that we have two black triangles, which mean some volume is happening here. Um, so indeed, this is a valley. You can see it's starting to go up, and so if you kind of look at we can draw some trend lines like this, right? So this is like going down, 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 and then it breaks through the trend line, and then it goes down again, and so now you have a new downtrend line, and so you can say, well, is this still going to keep on going down? Well, then it breaks back up again, and all of a sudden you have three peaks, boom, boom, and boom. So it looks like now it's going to go up. So that's like could be a reversal. I mean, you can see obviously it continued to go down. So this is this going to, when you're trading though, and you're like right here at this point, is it going to keep on going up? And you say, well, it's going in an uptrend. It's reversed. Was a downtrend. Now it's going to go back up again. And again, standard price action thing is if you have higher peaks, then you're in an uptrend. So that peak's higher than that, so it's going up, and then this one's higher than that, it's going up. But right here, what we have is notice that we have a green bar and then a red one, which means this means it's typical going to go down. But is it going to go down a short peak? Like this is just a short peak, and then continue to go back up in the long trend, or what? Well, notice that these guys don't have any triangles at all. Like this green bar doesn't have a triangle on top. The red bar doesn't. Both of them don't have it. So this is a false peak. Now this little peak here, boom, boom. One of these guys has a triangle, so that's not a false peak. Although the green bar, it's a weak one because this green bar is short and it doesn't have volume. And this is not very big, not very tall bar. These guys, this one's a strong valley because it has two bars that are really big and both of them have volume, right? This is a false peak, and so right away that false peak kind of tells you, hey, this uptrend is not really false. It's a failed uptrend because there's no volume. So that was very helpful. And then sure enough, it did go down. So this false peak gives you advance notice that this following trend is going to be long. I mean, it's going to be a downtrend, and you can make some profit from here to here. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's look at some more. Okay, so this is another example, right? It's coming down, and you got a green bar and a red bar, and it's like that. So this is a peak, but it's kind of a false peak because there's no volume. So it's going to continue to go down. Boom. Not as good of an example. We got some more. Okay, so you can see that this is sort of a long downtrend. Then it starts reversing. So now you're like, is it going to just keep on going up? Like peak, valley, and then keep on going up, right? Because I mean, you can go from here to here, right? So, and then you have from here to here, right? So you have this at the end of see this long downtrend, and at the end of a long downtrend, you usually see a huge bar up, and that bar is kind of key. And so at the end of this bar, see how these blue triangles? That means really high volume. So lots of people that have been shorting way up here and shorting on the way down, entering and shorting and entering. Now they're getting rid of all these blue triangles are like high volume people getting rid of it. Is it going to continue to go up or not? That's the question. So is it going to go? So it's going to continue downtrend, just shortly go up and then head down, or head back up, or what. And so right now, all we know is that there's a peak here, legitimate peak. So you got two, a green and a red, both have volume, and it's going down. We have all these red. We can establish a resistance band with all these triangles here. So we draw this green horizontal band across, and it comes down to here. Now, look at, we have red, 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 and then a green, but neither of these have triangles. Now we got another red one with a triangle, so that means that's high volume, but then we got another green. So we have a series of green bars without any triangles. They're low volumes. And then some of the red ones do have triangles. And so again, this is some more people that I think are exiting the shorts. And so everybody's exiting, so it's good. And the green's not high volume, so that means people aren't wanting to buy. People are not wanting to buy, so there's low demand. So the price is going to change, right? Until it gets to a place where people start buying, and the price is going to rise. Well, we can make some pretty good predictions of when the price is going to rise to, because of all this volume right here. It's going to rise up to this level. But really, another sign that it's going to rise is this is called a flat bottom. It tries to go down and hits this support line, and then it goes down. Like this bar goes down, hits it. This bar hits it. This bar hits it. So you can see that it's not going to break through. It's not going to go down any further. So you know it's going to go up. So when you see several of these, boom, 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 and it's hitting it, you could get in right here, and then you could enter here, and you could ride it up, and you could put a stop here. So in other words, a sell stop. So when it reaches this price level here at the bottom of this band, you'll exit, and so you can make a nice from 1540 to 1549. So you can make about a 10 cent, which is like 10 cents a share. But in this case, $15 share, it's like 0.6%. Anyways, so the point is that when you see these false valleys or false peaks, it tells you that things are going to change. Like here, there aren't any false peaks or false valleys, and the trend just keeps on continuing. Then you see a huge bar. You're at the end of this trend, but it's going to be a temporary and go down. Now all of a sudden you see right here. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Okay, this one is pretty good. Lots of fun stuff. Okay, so you can see the uptrend, right? And then it's kind of going up, down, and on this down right here, you have your red bar, green bar. They're both kind of big, not huge, but they're kind of big. And they have no volume, so this is a false valley. So that means there's congestion ahead, and so the congestion level will occur, when we had the nearest volume. So there's a volume here, and there's volumes here, and so here's your false valley, which is about this level right there. So it's going to rise up to this next congestion level here, where you got your black and blue and black, three candles with volume. So it's going to rise up to here and kind of stall, and that's what happens. So I'm doing this flat line here. It's a resistance line on top, and this green band is your resistance band. So again, this false valley with low volume kind of tells you that this nice uptrend is going to come to an end, which means that pretty soon it's time to get on the short and ride the down. Okay. Well, this is a head and shoulders pattern, which is like all the old timers use head and shoulders, and it still happens. But this is a shoulder, comes down, goes up to the head, goes down. Here's the second shoulder, and boom, the head's on down. Also notice this flat top here. That means it's trying to go up, trying to go up, trying to go up, and it can't. So it's going to go down here. So you see again, a red candle in green. This says, hey, it's probably going to be a valley because you have red and green. But then it starts flat topping, like flat top, and you know it's going to go down. So, and you got the head and shoulders. You got this. It's heading down. See if we have some more. Okay, yeah. So, trend line. Here we have a nice trend line up. And then it breaks through, right? And it breaks back down like a valley. So we could almost draw another trend line. And then this guy comes down, so now you see this band. So I'm drawing these bands in here. Again, we have a little head right there and two shoulders. We got the flat top there. That's indicating we got another flat top. So this is the downtrend from here to here. You see it? And then here's the big candle where it was downtrend was broke. So downtrend and broke. Okay. So we see the big red candle here. Huge green candle. So this means all these things are telling you that this is the peak. So the first sign is that here's the trend line, and the trend line was finally broken there. Second thing that tells you it's at the peak is that you had a huge red candle. Third thing is you have the head and shoulders, right? And so this this is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. So the little dip here, this is a low volume, and so this is a failed valley again. So that's another sign. This is that failed valley, the no volume, kind of a sign of congestion or reversal. And so these low volume guys can help. Anyways, you have so it comes down, and now you have a failed valley, right? Which is a sign of congestion. So it comes down, up, and you got a failed valley. It's kind of a false valley. So you're just not sure if it's going to come down, go up, and then continue down, right? But what you have is a failed valley, and it's failed because there's all this stuff here. There's no volume. In fact, all the way down, there's no volume. So basically, this is a sign of valley. So you might want to get a short scalp up, and because you can tell where the congestion zone is here. It's going to go up to at least this point. So you could you see the red, green, get in here at 46, get out in the middle of this band at 65, so at 20 cents. So that's over a 1% gain right there. Anyways, and now it comes back down, so you could got a new downtrend like this, right? And what I want to point out here is several things. So the price moves into this band up here, and also note that they have the black, right? These two blacks in a row, right there. Those are the volume indicators. The black volumes tell you it's at the peak. So you know that two blacks are at a peak. So what you could get in here is a short, right? And where's it going to end? Well, it's going to end over here. You got this valley and that valley. So this is your support line. You can get out over here. And now what's it going to do? See, it's small little candles, small little candles, small little candles. And so it could break down or break up. But what we have is our volume indicators here. So see, it goes orange, 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 and then a green. So you got when you need to have several oranges and or reds close to each other, and then a green. This is an indicator that it's a valley. But this valley doesn't go up, and then all of a sudden you have more red, orange, 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 and a green, and so you got a bunch of another oranges and green, and then greens. Okay, so these are more valley indicators. And during this whole time from here to over here, you don't have any black in these black top in squares, black squares. So these got two valley indicators telling you. See, when it comes here into this congestion phase, people will sometimes call it accumulation. It's like accumulate, and then it's going boom. So you got two valley indicators telling you it's probably going to go up. So you're over here, down here in accumulation, and you see this trend line, so you know it's going to go at least up to here. So you could enter in here. Then you could get in for it could be a very huge win right there. Also, you have the two up arrows here. When you have the up arrows inside of a value indicator band, that's pretty powerful. I think that's all I have for the low volume. Yeah.